Meanwhile, thousands of racing car fans in Australia joined the family and friends of Peter Brock today for a farewell to the man they called the King of the Mountain. The send-off was a fitting prelude to the Bathurst 1000, the race he'd won a record 9 times and which proved again today the high-risk nature of motor racing.
It was a perfect setting to farewell the driver they crowned Peter Perfect. Peter Brock started out in a Monaro, but it was in 1972 in the Torana XU1 that he won his first Bathurst race.
It's my life passing before my eyes, this 30 years.
Today, the cars that Peter Brock made Australian icons were driven around the Mount Panorama track in a lap of honour. Among the drivers was his son James Brock.
The checkered flag fell for the last time for Peter Geoffrey Brock on Friday, September 8th, 2006. And we stand here today in honour and respect to pay tribute to him in that he has indelibly marked all of our lives.
Every driver and pit crew joined in a minute's silence to remember a man who made winning look easy and people feel special.
I think so much for Australia. Wanted to say goodbye at Bathurst where he just became renowned. I thought it was very appropriate.
I will be king, and you will be queen.
Today's race winner would carry off the new King of the Mountain trophy, dedicated to the memory of the man who drove to victory 9 times.
I didn't realise that it would hit me the way that it has, just seeing all these fans and all these people who just cared about my dad so much.
For the fans on Mount Panorama, Peter Brock endures as a hero, and today, for the last time, the front row of the grid was his alone.
We can be heroes just for one day.
Philippa McDonald, ABC News.
And the first race in the post-Brock era will be remembered as much for those who didn't finish as those who did. Mark Scaife was just the first in a series of withdrawals as a spate of accidents cut down the field. In the end, it was Craig Lowndes and co-driver Jamie Whincup who held on to take the checkered flag.
Mark Scaife had been the quickest driver on the mountain all week, but when the flag dropped, his Holden limped off the line. Jason Bright grabbed the early lead while a mechanical problem left Scaife's Holden crippled.
Scaife is in the wall. Scaife, day is done.
I obviously was going slower than I should have been. I was on the left-hand side of the road and then wham, hit from behind. So, I mean, just unbelievable.
The collision ended Jack Perkins' race and there was much more carnage to come. Stephen Johnson lost control of his Ford on lap 28. Lee Holdsworth gave one of his pit crew bumps and bruises.
Oh, gee, no! That was a shocker. That was bad. He's okay. Goodness me, that is a shocker.
And there was another anxious moment when Kiwi driver Paul Radicic struck barriers at high speed.
That is big impact.
He was taken to hospital as a precaution. Holden driver Cameron McConville came unstuck at the top of the circuit. Marcus Marshall crashed out coming down. Even the safety car had its share of problems.
I've hit the safety car, he pulled out into the side of me.
Another accident brought the safety car on track for the 10th time and set up a sprint for the finish between the Ford of Craig Lowndes and Rick Kelly's Holden. The two drivers duelled for the lead over the last 7 laps, but Lowndes held on for Ford's first victory at the mountain since 1998.
Lowndes and Whincup do it. That is an incredible motivation.
It was only fitting that the former Holden driver and protege of Peter Brock became the first to lift the Brock Trophy.